This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown. We not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get them out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.
I mean, I think that Will Anderson is obviously one of the best pieces that we'll have, but I do think that they're going to target either a receiver or a defensive tackle in 2024. And
don't be. Look, if we say we start off somewhat hot, don't be surprised if we don't trade for a receiver come to trade.
T. Higgins?
I don't think it's T. Higgins. I probably like Mike Evans.
Brandon. I can't pronounce his last name. What is it? Ayuk?
Brandon Aiyuk,
Yeah.
That's my target. That's my guy because I don't think they're gonna be able to pay this guy come next year because of CMC contract is big. Pause. Bosa's and is Fred Runner coming up on his deal? He got paid already.
I don't know. I mean, let's look at over the cap because I mean they don't have a quarterback, so I mean like
Kittle, they have a lot more.
And then what if what if hypothetically Trey Lance have a kick-ass year?
Trey Lance, I put it on the list? I don't know. We didn't get to it because obviously we had so much other stuff.
Yeah,
but,
I was going to, but I didn't, man. I'm sorry.
No, don't apologize because you did a good thing because we had 45 minutes. I mean, one of the things I love about when you host is that you can actually control the room so we don't go for fucking 6 hours and we actually hit the most important topics. So don't apologize for that. That's what I actually love about when you host.
Oh, and then Debo ain't got paid yet neither, right?
So I'm looking right now. All right.
Debo got to get paid, and they're not going to have 2 wide receivers making $20+ million, right?
So Bosa's been paid or projected. Let me see 2024. They're projected to have -13 in cap space next year. But one of the things that we found out is that they can't even get a 5th round, or they can only get a 5th round pick for him. So who said that? Mike Silver. So he's pretty credible. He said that the Niners would offer at best a 5th round pick. So I doubt that they give him any sort of contract if they keep him, like a big contract.
Whoa. Who get it? Come on, Brandon get a 5th
Trey
round pick?
Lance.
Oh, Trey Lance. Oh, okay. I was about to say Brandon. Shit.
So Trey Lance, they're not. So they don't have to pay a quarterback like that. They have to do something with. All right. So Debo's going to make his money next year, if I am correct. Let me look.
And he's gonna at least get about 30, huh?
Debo made his money.
Yeah, his cap number is $28 million next year. Trent is 28. Armstead is 25. Kittle is 19. Trey Lance makes 10, so they can get rid of him. They can either restructure or get rid of him and save $10 million. There's no reason to pay a 3rd-string quarterback $10 million. So they could figure that out. So that's $10 million of savings right there. And then they could probably, I have to look and see, but I think they can probably restructure Ward. Aiyuk gets $14 million.
Well, they also got that safety too. He's coming up.
Who?
That safety, that Hawaiian.
Yeah, but he's on a 2 years in though, right?
Rookie contract.
Because I mean, well, after next year he could get, because he's on 4-year deal, so after next year he could get paid.
All I'm saying is, I think, if they let Lance go, right? Like I said, that frees up 10. It looks like everyone, for the most part, has already been got their contracts. So I'm trying to see who they have to actually pay to, and it doesn't look like they really have too many people they got to pay. I mean, Aiyuk is getting paid 14 right there, and he is, and the only one that even him, he's paid. He's already got his contract up. And that's an extension, so they got him for 2024. It's just a matter of whether they want to. I think they keep him. I don't think that's a problem.
Damn. Okay. So T. Higgins is the only option then.
Yeah, his cap number is $14 million. He's getting paid. He's already set to go.
I don't think he's the only. I don't think he's the only one, right? Like,
I'm talking about. I don't know if Mike Evans will leave. First of all, he just re-signed with Tampa Bay. I don't think he's going to leave that organization.
I don't think he has no trade clause. I don't think he has no trade clause. So
See,
I mean,
put it like this. Put it like this though. Okay, what if they're in their mindset we tanking for one of those two quarterbacks next year, and maybe they could they could change everything for the organization. They could get a Caleb Williams, which VT's high on, which I think he's okay, but I see him this year. Drake May, you know, things could change. But I mean, I would love Mike Evans. Bring him back home. I would love to have the guy, but I just don't see him leaving that team though.
BT is Tala Noah Hapunga.
Oh, Tuafunga. Yes. Tuafunga. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
Now I know
Pa-
exactly.
Pa-
The fifth round guy.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know
I
exactly.
think he made All Pro last year, didn't he? Yeah. He
Yeah.
made All Pro.
Fifth round pick, man. This is why I don't want to count out dudes like Thomas Booker, who's made 2 plays in camp already. A forced fumble,
Or
I believe,
John
and a pass
Lopez,
block.
or Roy Lopez.
I mean, look, I think I'm gonna be the idiot that kept making fun of Lopez, right? We had Harley and Ruben on, and Harley was high on Lopez, and then was like, I don't know about him.
Oh, hold
I
on.
messaged him.
Hold on.
I messaged him earlier because remember I told you Cody Stutes was like breaking down all the shit like really, really good. And I sent him a clip of what Cody did and like when he was talking about Lopez. He's looking really good, man. He's making that roster and he's gonna be a rotational
Oh, yeah,
guy.
he's
But
gonna make the roster.
So, BT, you might be onto something. I hear you say Hufunga. He only had 97 tackles. He had 6 pass deflections and 4 interceptions. Of course, 1 for a touchdown. He made All Pro last year.
and you're telling me that Jalen Pitre with
Bro, you might be onto something, bro.
I'm telling you, man,
You might be onto something.
no one gave a shit about the Houston Texans because we only won 3 games. You telling me that Laremy Tunsil should have been All Pro last year? We should have had 2 All Pro dudes last year.
They should make like an all rookie team too, like they do in basketball.
Yeah. I mean, he's right because I mean, look at Darren James rookie year when he made All Pro, and look at Petries.
Mhm.
They the same shit. So yeah, you're right. So, but that's sad that you got to win X amount of games to be an All Pro.
Because it's a
popularity
fucking
contest.
popularity contest. Because
Yeah.
it's people that you got to think about it, right? It's not like you're looking at a survey and looking at it's just name, picture, vote, right? Like, and so if no one ever thought about someone from the Texans, right? Like, the only one that got any sort of coverage was Damian Pierce because it was a highlight reel.
What's his face? LT's have been Tunsil's have been a All Pro.
Do you know how many tackles were tweeting about how bad he was snubbed last year?
Oh yeah.
He was ranked something. What was it? It was within the not just 100. I think it was like the 30th best NFL player overall. And I think it may have been higher. Like maybe it was like 20 something. But he was within the top 30 for sure. I can't remember exactly, but the best NFL player. So you're telling me that a top 50 NFL player didn't make an All Pro, but people that weren't ranked top 50 made the All Pro? Like,
Yeah.
the F?
Well, I you know what? I think it's more not even just about the wins. I think it's just the organization, period. Because if Jalen Pitre played for the Cowboys and they won 3 games, he would have been All Pro.
Yeah, there you go. I agree.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
agree
it's about
with
the
that, too.
organization. Like, 'cause think about it. I mean, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm gonna ask you guys: in the Texans' 20-year history, how many All Pros have they ever had?
So JJ Watt, first time All Pro, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 years. Right. Andre Johnson, 2 years. DeAndre Hopkins, 3 years. Adrian Foster, Dwayne Brown, Vontae Leach, and Jerome Mathis, all
Vontae,
are Pro Bowls.
yeah, Vontae Leach, he must make All Pro with the Ravens then.
No, I'm talking about here. At
Yeah.
Texas.
'Cause I was about to say I forgot about him. He made All Pro, but I think that was with the Ravens though.
Okay, so here it is. All Pro list right here. You got Dwayne Brown,
But that's 2 though, right?
Vontae Leach,
Vontae Leach.
Jerome Mathis,
Oh yeah,
Arian
'cause,
Foster,
he was kick
DeAndre
return.
Hopkins, Andre, and JJ Watt.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, 'cause Matthews, 'cause he got it from kick returns and everything. Okay.
Altogether, we have 14.
So 14, but so that's all pro ones and all pro twos.
No,
That's
No,
they're all
that's
only
first team.
ones.
That's
They're
hell
all
only
no.
first team.
ones.
Hell no.
Yeah, only ones.
Hell no.
But like if you see like Jacksonville, bro, like I mean, there's gonna be a lot better list in Jacksonville and Cleveland and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, we're in terms of Pro Bowl numbers, we're better than the Jags too. So, I mean, it's fucked up that like how little love we get in all reality, and especially because we're just a new franchise.
Because we gotta
Um,
start winning. We gotta start winning. I mean, like
I mean, listen, just think about it. For the past decade, we won actually 11 years, but we have 6 division titles. So as far as winning the division, we have. We just
So
haven't been able to go further than
but
that.
we're
the Jaguars
past
have
division
9.
titles.
Jaguars have 9, and 2 of them are from a punter, bro. Punter.
I know. I mean, how the fuck the Jaguars get love and we don't? We have 14, they have 9.
But the Jags have done something 2 times that we haven't done once.
I mean,
Don't
you've got to
don't
look at
tell me.
context though too. I mean, like, do you really think that 2017
I mean,
year?
plus they went 3 times, but
3 times.
I,
I thought that was twice. Okay, so yeah, okay. Dave Garrard year they went with David Garrard. Or
no, they went back to back with
In 96,
Sean Payton.
99, right?
Mark
Yeah,
Brunell. They
yeah,
straight out
Or
the gate
98,
though.
99.
yeah.
But I mean, to me, anything before 2002 doesn't fucking matter because it's not in the real division, right?
Yeah,
Well,
because it was a
look,
different division at the time.
look, I'm tired of people holding that as an accolade. You really gonna sit here and say, "Oh, look, I had a chance to be in. I came in 3rd place." Is basically what you're saying. I went to the AFC Championship. Like, if you didn't win, it doesn't matter, bro. Like, now I get it. If you went to the Super Bowl, yeah, that's something to brag about. But an AFC Championship,
See,
I don't want partition trophies, bro. I want like it only matters if I win. Even say the ball fell in our favor against that Chiefs game, and we went and played the Titans in the AFC Championship. The only way I'm bragging about that if we beat the Titans. That's the only way I'm bragging about that.
see. Okay, I hear what you're saying, but okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna be Sam. Sam could say, well, Matt, you can't talk about something you've never been a part of, so you don't know. You can't say that I don't get participation awards or 3rd place because you
We'll
never
be
got
part
there.
of it's basically a playoff game. I mean, if you don't win, it's a playoff game.
But losing in that game gives you something to build on for the following year. And I feel like
Okay, so let's break it down in basketball. Which one's more impressive? Jordan's 6-0 record or LeBron's 4-6 record?
shit. To be honest, LeBron's man.
Get out of here, bro.
I mean,
Like,
I'll tell you this: I don't mind teams, fans saying that we've been to a championship game. That's actually decent because what the issue that I have is when you tell me you've done that 30 fucking years ago or some shit. Like, tell me what you've done in the past 10 years, 15 years. If you got to tell me that the last time you've done something is when I didn't have internet service on my cell phone, go fuck yourself.
well, I mean, the Titans went in 2019. It doesn't matter though. You didn't win. That's the thing.
So
Like,
listen,
it's not.
the
It's
Titans
not
actually
flex.
can say they've done something recently, right? I still think they suck now. I still think they're going 5-12. That ain't changing. But they've
Well,
done
yeah,
something recently. All right.
we have a more recent playoff win than the Colts.
So the Colts haven't done a damn thing in a decade. In a fucking decade.
But
Yeah.
a Super Bowl win you can brag about for 2 decades.
But the thing is, they're 70
If
years
you're a
old.
Cowboys fan, it could be 30 years.
Dude, think about this, right? Like the Colts, they're so old. If they were a human being, they would be entering hospice. Meanwhile, we're just being able to have a drink at a bar. The difference in the length of time of a franchise is huge. They can't hold a Super Bowl win that they had years and years ago compared to a franchise that just started in 2002. You just can't.
So
You
basically,
know,
what you saying, it takes time to get to Super Bowl and win it. So basically, you saying like we're gonna use Cody's team, the Saints. It took them what 35 years to make it to the Super Bowl, and they won that motherfucker. And
I
then
think
after this,
longer than that. I think it was like 50 years, some shit
then,
like that, bro.
and
It was
then
wild.
yeah, and then after that, they became a successful franchise. So hopefully that could be us. We could get there that once.
You would always take the Hall
All
of
I'm
Fame.
trying to say is that, for the dudes that are saying that the Texans have to do something, we actually did do something. Winning 6 division titles in a decade, meaning that you're winning more division titles than any other team in the AFC South.
Last 10 years, we had the most division titles.
Correct.
That's the flex.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't mind if you've gone somewhere in 2007. All right, that's fine. But don't say that the Texans haven't done anything because we haven't got there when we're the youngest franchise in NFL history, youngest. So listen, this is going to be our start. This new 2023 era, the D'Amico era, I believe will be known as when the Texans got their start. And I think that 20 years from now, when everyone looks back, I think they're going to say that this was the beginning of when the Texans started dominating the AFC South. Now, do I think that the Jags are just going to, just shit the bed every year? No, I think they're going to be strong. I think they're going to be strong. I don't know about the Colts because of Irsay and the shit that's the dysfunctional stuff that's going on.
He's like a Jerry Jones. They'll never be successful.
Not with Irsay. Irsay. I mean, the thing is, I do like AR, but I mean, you can't just have a great quarterback and he's not even a great quarterback. He's a rookie. I'm just saying, like, potential. You can't have a great quarterback and not have anything around him, not have good management. I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't think they're going to be very successful. I think the Titans have bad management. I think really, in all honesty, it's going to be the Texans and the Jaguars on top, and the Colts and the Titans are just going to be living in the basement. And I think that's going to be the battle in the AFC South going forward. This year, yeah, the Jags are going to win the division. But I think
I'll tell you what, I think I see the future. I think I see the script. This is what's going to happen I think the Cleveland Browns, like I said, I think they win no more than 4 games next year.
Damn.
They get their head coach fired. The Patriots spin is 9-7, 10-8, or 9-8, 10-7. And Bill O'Brien gets promoted as head coach of the Cleveland Browns next year.
Well, all right. So
not promoted, hired.
Well,
so
you know what I mean. Huh?
All right. So you heard the theory that Nick Caserio, if he chose to step down, that was a talk that that was going around that that if Bill Belichick left, that he would jump ship and go to the Patriots and be GM there because then he could lead the team. And because, he didn't want D'Amico Ryans, he wanted Jonathan Gannon, and that he could go out there and get the head coach that he really wants. He likes to do things the Patriots way, so he can go back and do whatever the fuck he wants. He wouldn't have ownership telling him what to do, which, basically, if you believe the reports and the inside information and all that other crap, he didn't want a quarterback. He didn't like anyone but Bryce Young. He was basically forced to get C.J. Stroud. He didn't want D'Amico Ryans. He wanted Jonathan Gannon, and that he would jump ship, go to the Patriots. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but that is not necessarily out of the question if Bill Belichick is out of there. And I don't think that's because Bill Belichick is winning 10-7. I think that's because Bill Belichick is going to be old. Not just old. I think that he's going to win 6 or 7 games this year. I think that the Patriots are going to be a shit team. They're in a hard division now. They used to lead that division because everyone sucked. The Bills are good. The Dolphins are good. I mean, and who the fuck is Mac Jones?
Yeah, and the Jets are good too.
The Jets could win a Super Bowl. Like they literally are going on a Super Bowl run.
I mean, I can see the Super Bowl or bust, but I don't think they're going to.
I always ask people when they question it, like, what's their hole that they have?
I mean, look, everybody thinks Aaron Rodgers is a Super Bowl caliber quarterback because he's been there. But since he's been there, when's the last time he went to the NFC Championship? He gets knocked out pretty quickly.
But you also, like, beside Devontae Adams, he's never really had multiple real weapons, in my opinion.
Jordy Nelson? Randall Cobb?
Cobb ain't shit.
Randall Cobb was pretty good there for
I mean, my point is that, like, they they didn't necessarily build around Aaron Rodgers the way they should have when they had the chance to go on a Super Bowl run. Yeah, he got knocked out plenty. I think part of that's on him. I'm not going to say it's all not his fault. I mean, I think one of the reasons why Aaron Rodgers had some of the best TD to INT ratios in the league is because he doesn't take chances. And I think in the playoffs, you have to take more chances. So I think that's definitely on him. But I think he didn't take those chances because he
talking
didn't
James
have.
Jones, Crenshaw?
Who?
James Jones?
Yeah. That's him. That's
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
James
He was
Jones.
a good ball. Yeah, he was a good ball player. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he was
BT. I get what you're saying. They did there at the end fall apart offensive wise. But I mean, look at Tom Brady, bro. Like they never the only real good receiver they ever went out and got him was Randy Moss. Everybody else was Jordan Edmonds was what a seventh round or a fifth round draft pick. Wes Walker was like a sixth round draft pick. Deion Branch. I mean,
MVP.
right. Gronkowski, yeah, he was top
They basically
third
was
round,
using
but
they was using tight ends and scat backs out the backfield, and that offense was just fucking moving.
I mean, all right. So I
It
think
always amazes me the way they was beating motherfuckers with nobodies out there, man. It
no
always
weapons
amazes
at
me.
all. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
And same thing with like, yeah, granted, in Indianapolis, Peyton Manning did have Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison. I give you that. But he made people like Anthony Gonzalez, Pierre Garcon made him look like fucking bosses, bro. They went and got big contracts in other teams and did nothing. And he went to Denver and did the same thing. He made Demaryius Thomas was a good receiver. I give him that. But Wes Walker in his career, the guy who went to the Jets, the white boy, I can't think of his name, but he didn't do nothing. Emmanuel Sanders, after Peyton Manning left, well, after he got lit up by the Seahawks, that one hit, he hasn't been the same. But great quarterbacks make receivers, bro. I mean, but also like we talked about tonight, you really think Nathaniel Hackett's going to be the play caller? I mean, you think that's the guy that's going to lead them to the promised land?
I mean, I think Hackett's problem was the head coaching more than the play calling. He obviously was successful with Aaron Rodgers, and I think that's a difference, right? There are some dudes just make better coordinators than head coaches, and I think staying as a coordinator level, that's really what he needs to do. And so I blame the head coaching part. I think that was just too much for him. It was just over. It was over his head.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, but we can always go back to the game tape too when he was with Green Bay. I mean, he had some very questionable play calls there when he was in Green Bay. That's what everybody was kind of shaking their head about, even in Jacksonville. But I mean, you could be right. I don't know, man. I mean, I think they're a playoff team. I just don't think. I don't think the Super Bowl was quite there.
I mean, they won 7 games with a no quarterback last year.
Yeah, I think they're going to. I think they're going to improve dramatically. Super Bowl's a little much.
I think that
if the defense plays the same as they played last year and get that offense all those opportunities like they did last year, they're gonna be fucking good.
Yeah,
like really fucking good, man. And
But here's the real question: so are they beating a Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, and the Kansas City Chiefs?
Kansas City Chiefs maybe not, but the rest of two, hell yeah.
I don't see them beating the Bengals. Well, if Joe Burrow is healthy, I don't see him beating the Bengals.
They got the best two right now cornerback tandems in the league.
right.
With Sauce and Reed. They got a good defensive line that can get pressure without even much blitzing nobody. Damn, the team is good. I want to hate on them, but I can't hate on them. The team is good, and we're gonna see them in December. Live full effect.
What do you always say about rookies, Crenshaw? You gotta find that game tape proves all. So this is the year for Wilson. This is the year for Sauce. I think Brees still kind of sneaks in there because He was hurt for most of the year, but this is where they got game plan on, right? This is the year we're like, okay,
Yeah,
so we
oh
can't
yeah,
do that.
yeah.
So
If this year I think that they're gonna test Sauce a little bit more. I mean, if they still let him hold motherfuckers, then he definitely gonna
yeah,
ball out, But
uh,
I do want to see if he does it. Put it like this: if that motherfucker has the same season he had last year, even with the holding, and our guy has a okay year, it's gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be some Texans fans gonna be like, I don't give a fuck. We still made the right choice. Then you're gonna have some that don't care about what people say about them. Are gonna be like, okay, we made the wrong fucking choice here. And
I mean, I don't know why.
we can't just use, oh, well, they got a better defensive front of us. We can't use that shit no more. This is back-to-back years now. Come on now.
All right, I don't know why. In all honesty, that you are so dead set that we made the wrong choice on Stingley. Like, I mean, health is the only thing that I think you have a leg to stand on. But when you're talking about just playability, did Stingley have a great year? No. I mean, in all reality, Stingley could really have get a ton of interception. What did Sauce get? All right, he got 2 interceptions, right? Yeah, he had 2 interceptions. He had 20 pass deflections, right? So his thing is that, all right, yeah, he didn't have 8 or
I think
something.
he led the lead. I think he led the lead in pass deflections.
In pass deflections, right? Yeah. Now the thing is that first of all, he was tested. He's not going to get 20 this year. So what's going to happen is people are going to throw to his side less. And so now what you're going to have is people going to test Stingley now. And so he's going to have the chances from a statistical point of view to actually have a lot more pass deflections. Sauce is not going to have that same opportunity. So you're talking that Sauce's opportunity to actually statistically prove it, it's probably cut in half. And Stingley is going to be able to have that shot at being the better corner. And that's why I think statistically he probably gets a better shot at being a better corner.
I think you have to wait to year 3, right, to see who the better quarterback is. That's the rubber match year, right? That's the where they both have the same amount of time under their belts, and because like BC said, Stingley could ball out this year and Sauce be okay, but again, that's because game film and whatnot and tested. So year 3 is the year like, well, fuck, we fucked up and we got Sauce. Or
yeah, I mean,
we got our guy Steam, but
I still think that with the Stingley has all the tools to succeed. Okay, I also think that longevity wise, like just in terms of long term future, I think he also has the right head between his shoulders. Right, I think that Sauce may not. I think that one of the reasons that I was questioning Sauce pre-draft is because he was already talking about Nike endorsements and shit like this when he wasn't even in the NFL. Like, I mean, I understand you want to do better. You're always thinking about what's the next step. But when you haven't even been drafted, you're talking about working for Nike or being part of the Nike endorsements and all this shit. Where the fuck is his head? Whereas Stingley wanted to make something of himself. So I think long term, I think that Stingley will be the better corner. I think that right now that Sauce is the flashy corner because he's on a New York team. And so obviously he was getting a lot of press. Yes, he had a lot of pass deflections. He didn't do that great in terms of interceptions. Obviously, like I said, Pitre essentially should have. Obviously once a safety, once a corner. But I'm just saying, like, Pitre was slept on, right? So like Sauce just got a lot of love because
he went to the right spot. Let's be honest, he went to the right spot.
I just feel like the way Sauce carried himself with the grills, the chains, that was all H-Town. Like him and Johnny Dane and Paul Wall could have linked up, did some great things or whatnot.
For the culture, yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, but for the mindset of what he was at, like, there's no better media for him than New York media.
But we also got to stop being soft on our players because if what Stingley pulled last year with the injuries and all that shit happened in New York, they killing his ass. They not cutting him no fucking slack.
But I don't think that was Stingley. I think that was a lot to do with Nick Cassera. A lot of the injuries that were pulled, like Damian Pierce, Stingley, Nico. I think a lot of them were a healthy scratch because they didn't want to ruin their future. Like they didn't want them,
Yeah,
they knew what was writing on the wall. They knew Lovey wasn't the guy. They knew Pep wasn't the guy. So they say, okay, well, they're hurt, so we're gonna wait, and so their development doesn't get hurt by these guys, and let's get in a guy like D'Amico, Bobby Slowick, and improve.
I thought game reps is the best thing. So now what you telling me is
it is, but different people they think differently.
okay. So what you're telling me is this: if he start off slow this year, this is going to be the excuse. Well, he didn't really play that much last year. He's coming off an injury, so we got to take it. We got to take it slow with him. He'll get it by the second half. That's what's going to be happening right now.
Well, that's what a lot of Texans fans are saying. But what I'm going to say is, training camp. If he stays healthy, training camp and preseason, it's time. It's game time. Week 1, it's go time. Like there's no excuses.
You not really in touch if you not tuning in. This is Crenshaw, Briggs, and VT. We want the touchdown. We not trying to go for 3. And it's best if you get up out the street, cause them bulls out the pen and they about to stampede.